Into the Abyss. What a story. Now, let's talk about it. If you haven't watched it and this video makes you, or changes your mind, makes you watch it, let me know. Come back here and tell me. I'll try to be quick. So, Riko is the little girl on the right, Blondie. She is an orphan. She lives in a settlement, in an orphanage with other bunch of kids. This orphanage is erected around a big hole on the ground, and this hole goes all the way down into the middle of the earth somewhere. So around this hole there is this little city, and in this city there's the orphanage. The way the people in this little city survive is by exploring the hole, or descending the hole, exploring it and finding relics or artifacts from the past civilization, and then they sell them. Now this hole has a name. It's called the Abyss, and the people that descend the abyss are called raiders, cave raiders. Riko, obviously, she wants to be a cave raider, but to be a cave raider you have to go through some process, some training, because there is something that happens to you the lower you descend. It's called the Curse of the Abyss. So the lower you go into the abyss, the harder it is to get out of it alive. There is something that happens to you that does not allow you to move up. So if you're lowering yourself into the abyss, you only can be there in that kind of level or lower. And we're even talking if you go down a step at a certain level and then you want to step back up, like the step can be a few inches high, you can get sick. Only few special people are able to go all the way down into the abyss, or only few people are able to go all the way down and come back up alive. And these raiders are called White Whistles. They're like legendary because few of them come back. They usually come back with the most precious artifacts and findings. Now Riko, goes down scavenging only on the first layer. So the abyss has different layers, just like the Inferno of Dante. The lower you get, the worse things you see. In the first layer, where Riko usually goes to scavenge, she finds this little robot-looking Reg. She calls him Reg. So Reg is a robot but looks like a bot, and he has some power. Riko managed to get him into the orphanage, and they live together for, happily for some time, until one raider comes back with some information. Oh, something that I didn't say is that Riko's mother actually was White Whistle. And one fateful day, someone came back with the remains of Riko's mother. When I say remains, I don't mean like bones. I mean like her belongings. So they found things that belonged to Riko's mother, and between these things was a letter that said, "I am waiting for you at the end of the abyss." And Riko thought that the message was for her, obviously. Now, we don't know if it actually was, but because of that, Riko then decides to descend the abyss, and she takes a Reg with her. So this story is all about their descent and what they find. They do find quite interesting people, interesting creatures. They finally discover what happened, or why it was so hard for people to come out alive. And they do get to the very bottom, and they find very, very interesting creatures down there. Riko almost loses her life. Reg has periods of trance where he just blacks out, and you will remain glued to the screen because you want to find out if they are actually going to make it to the bottom, and if they're going to make it out, and if they're ever going to find Riko's mother. And I think there was something like a hint of a relationship between these two, which was a bit creepy because they're like 9 or something like that. Maybe 12, but yeah. Apart from that, the animation style was really, really good, just like I like it, very crisp. The storyline was not boring, was very engaging, adventure. Have you watched it? Do you want to watch it now? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have other views. Enjoy!